we talk about how to be a failure. Hold for sound. Okay, let's do this. Hi, my name is Eddie G and I am a failure. For example, did you know that I was in a band? Many bands, in fact. In each one of those bands, I failed. You see, I was a singer and a songwriter, and one of those two things I was not very good at. Can you guess which one?
If you guessed Eddie was a horrible singer, you guessed right.
I found tapes and tapes and tapes of me playing music in front of a camera. I mean, hours. And I watch it and I cringe because I was so bad. You don't understand, I drove my parents crazy. I found lots of proof of it in these tapes.
Chequeando. 1, 2, 3. Chequeando, ma. 1, 2, 3. Chequeando. 1, 2.
When I went to college, I wanted to be a filmmaker.
Did music not work out?
Nope. I went to Cal State Northridge, which at the time had a really popular film program. There was an application process in which you had to submit 12 photographs that told a story. It was super competitive to get in. This was my application. Now, if you've ever woken up in fear, like I've overslept and I'm late to work or late to school, or I forgot to turn off the frijoles like my mom told me, you will surely relate to this story. This was the story of a plastic doll named Cody, who one morning after a night of partying wakes up and realizes it's 11:19 a.m. Runs across the living room to the kitchen, where posted on the refrigerator is a note that reads, "Plastic surgery appointment, 11:30 a.m. Cody runs outside and parked on his driveway is, guess what? Yes, his truck, which of course is miniature size, because he's so tall.
Wait a minute. He's much bigger than that truck. There's no way in hell he'd ever be able to fit in that.
Use your imagination. This is the last frame of the story. To be continued. I thought this story was so deep. For example, the fact that even though he is in a super hurry, he's still abiding by the law. He may be a punk rock doll, but he follows the rules. Also, for being a punk rock doll, he sure cares a lot about appearances, doesn't he? This story was deep, but no, not according to the film program directors. They saw that story and they thought, amateur. I failed to get into the film program. I failed to get into Harvard and MIT. Never mind the fact that I didn't even apply to those colleges. The truth is that for many years after I graduated from high school, I felt like such a failure. From not getting into the film program to failing at music and school and life. I beat myself up over it for years. But that's just a very negative way to look at life. I'm gonna drop a knowledge bomb on your ass.
Knowledge bomb.
Recently, I started looking at all these failures a little bit different. The fact is that I didn't know how to sing. Actually, people reminded me all the time because I sucked. I wasn't a great singer, I wasn't a great friend, I wasn't a great employee, I wasn't a great anything. Yes, I've had many failures throughout my life, but I've always gotten up or kept pushing through the adversity. You shouldn't stop yourself from doing something because you're afraid to fail. It is in all those little failures that you are going to learn the most about yourself. You're gonna get up from the floor, you're gonna dust yourself off, you're going to learn from it, you're gonna fix what needs fixing, and you're going to repeat this over and over and over again until you get it right. Yes, I've had a lot of failures, but in all those failures, I learned many things that I use today to get here, to make this video. Because I couldn't get into film school, I had to learn how to make digital video. I learned all about music and design and all these different things because I didn't get into film school. This may not have been good for the movies when I was going to school, but it was definitely good enough for YouTube. The only problem for me was that YouTube had not been invented yet. It is in failure that comes the preparation for where you are to be one day. So as some wise person once told me, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
No, pues le voy a dar like.
My name is Eddie G and I make videos on the internet. Go check out my Tiburcio stuff if you haven't already. Go right there. If you enjoy these types of videos, make sure you stay tuned here at OMG or youtube.com/EddieG. Till next time, I'll see you later. Keep it classy. To be continued.